Alright. Yeah, this will be my final video. And yeah, I did try another recording last week, but I didn't feel that was like a great recording. So another this will be, but whatever. I'll try better to explain stuff. I don't know. The reason I've been posting a whole lot is because, one, I've been helping cleaning stuff or getting distracted by like new Roblox games or Mario Odyssey. Yeah, but I realized my channel isn't what I wanted it to be. So this is my video of resignation from this thing. Listen, I had fun. I really did. It's just, it's not what I wanted it to become. I wanted to be the next Zebra Gamer, you know, but... And then someone's gonna be like, oh yeah, just be yourself. Me. But that's the thing though, so I just wanted it to be like Zebra Gamer, because I want to inspire people the same way someone has inspired me, you know? And yeah, I just realized that my stuff just was not like that, like at all. Did I make a lot of people laugh? I sure did. But especially in Rec Room. Especially here playing that murder mystery game. Which was honestly pretty funny, but it's not what I really do. But yeah. It's been this dedicated yap session, you know? I basically told you guys why I don't post that much. Either playing other games or not doing this. Either way. Plus I am, disappointed in what I've done. A little bit, I guess. Not too much though, but a little bit disappointed in what I've been doing. Anyways, what should I talk about? Oh yeah. American media has romance so skewed. I mean, like, you have to have some sort of, like, not rules, but, like, it's messed up. It's ruined. Where it's, like, easy. You know, like, in, like, TV shows and movies, it feels easy, but it's not easy. At least not for me, anyways. I'm talking about, when I say love, I mean romance. I don't mean, like, any other form of love. At this current point in time. Mind you, I mean at this current point in time. I just mean the romance version of love. When I say love, I'm gonna say that word so much it's gonna become arbitrary. Anyways, but yeah, it feels super rushed and not honestly that great. There's not a whole lot of like character development. Yeah, I'm saying it. American media has much less character development than Japanese things. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. Oh, that's just not really for romance, though. Fair. But still, it's like... I mean, of course, not every single one is the same, and I haven't seen a good American romance show, but at the same time, though, like, does that even exist? I'm not talking about, like, oh yeah, reality shows and me. No, I just mean, like, real romance from the heart. You know, and not being controlled by a certain other body part, if you get what I mean. Anyways, love is just messed up in America, honestly. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that people are normalizing sexual urges. Now, as a male, I can fully understand why people would fall into sexual urges. Is because women look good. Not gonna lie. Women look good. But the thing is that love has gone to a point where if they're not, physically not into you, but not physically to your standards, then that's not really love, isn't it? Because I read somewhere that love is patient, love is kind. You know, it doesn't objectify things, it doesn't be rude, it's not. I'm pausing because I'm trying to think of what to say. But yeah, love is just so ruined nowadays. Like I've tried to find romance, you know, and a lot of the time it hasn't worked out. And it is a me issue, honestly. The girls I have had or have crushes on past, future, and present times of crushes, you know. A lot of, I guess not future, but past and present. A lot of it is my fault. Because for my grateful nature and not wanting to let things go, I guess it's being a little stubborn too. But I can't let go of the things that I need to move forward. Because the act of letting go itself is what's difficult for me. Not the thing I'm trying to let go, but the act of letting go is difficult for me. Man, that was a bar. I don't even know where I thought of that. I just, there. But yeah, it's difficult for me to let go of certain things or to give up. In a sense, it is because I'm stubborn, and I have that, Gurren Lagann mentality of like, if you keep going, it'll work out eventually, or something like that. Like, row, fight the power. Just realized how corny that was, but hey, Gurren Lagann, absolute cinema. Like, literally, it is the best show in existence, bro. Literally best show in existence, y'all. We got cool mech fights, got decent animation, and yeah, some fan service. But the most important thing is the philosophy behind it. And as long as that drill keeps spinning, you can keep going, y'all. But that's what I'm trying to talk about, right? Me, being a grateful person, but also a slightly stubborn person. It's hard for me to let go of certain things, Like, for example, letting go of this channel. I was thinking about initially, like, quitting due to embarrassment of my mother finding out about this. But I had a realization that, yeah, Zebra Gamer's parents had also been involved with this channel at some point before he kind of, moved out and became his own person, pretty much. So, yeah. And then I kind of just decided to keep going because I do love doing this, for sure. But the reason why I'm stopping is because this isn't what I wanted to do exactly. Like, yeah, I want to have fun videos, and the reason why I'm doing VR is because it's the most convenient way I can actually put videos out without making it look too terrible. But also, I don't have to like hold something to a video on or whatever. And I just don't have like the greatest tech. But when I do, maybe when I like move out or something, I can make like a whole new channel, and I'll probably have post like a link or something to that channel once I finally like figure it out. First of all, who I am, and then like become like the best version I could actually become. But second of all, also waiting so I can actually get a job, get some money, get great technology, because unfortunately people just don't like raw content anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like unedited, just like raw content. Like, that's what I do. But I mean, to be fair, I do need to edit my videos, but I necessarily can't because VR is a little tricky to do a lot of stuff on. Plus, this VR only lasts like an hour long, and to be fair, I've had this thing for 4.5 years, which is a crazy benchmark to have one like single technology for. And yeah, I've had, well, it's not my iPad, it's my dad's. He got it on his birthday a long time ago. Well, from, you know, me a long time ago. I probably played on it since I was like, what, 9? Maybe? It was 4th grade, I think. Where, you know, I started playing Roblox with some friends on elementary school. But then that kind of just dissolved into like... What I'm trying to say is that the iPad that we have, that we still have, is for at least, what, 8 years? Yeah, at least like 8 years we've had that iPad for. Maybe even 9. But still, bro, it is actually insane how long we've had that iPad for. And it kind of works, but Roblox doesn't want to work on it anymore. And I don't know why. Maybe because it's just like too advanced for it. Which could be a possibility, honestly. It could be a possibility. But whatever. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, romance. That's what happens when I talk about something and then I talk about a different thing. It's called autism, guys. You'll love it. Honestly, though. I mean, it's a spectrum, right? It really is a spectrum. Because you can have, like, you know, the lower affected people like me, where I'm still mentally, like, different, but I'm not, like, too different. I can still, like, function like a normal human. I know that was bad. It's supposed to be like a little robot impression. I'm a nerd. But yeah, there could be people on like the super high end who just cannot function like at all, like mentally, of course. Or there could be people that like don't have autism at all, but it's still kind of like on the spectrum because it's a bar, it's a line, it's a dab. I'm sorry for doing that, but I really wanted to. That's what we should. And that's the thing too, is that we always are talking about, as you know, like we're becoming adults, or already are adults, is that yeah, we need nostalgia to come back, and I mean like the good old days to come back and whatnot. But that's the thing though, it's that the future generation is just gonna keep saying that. And we're going to keep saying that until we die. There is no past. We can't go back to the past. And we can't look ahead to see what's in the future. Because the future is a strange concept. Because whether it is defined by you, whether it is defined by God, whether it's whatever, we don't know the future. We may know stuff that's coming out, like the Mario movie or the Michael Jackson movie, but we don't know what we're gonna do in like 5 months, even like 2 years. Heck, World War III could happen any day. We wouldn't even know. But still, future's a weird subject, and having a future with someone is also a weird subject because that's the thing. You really never know who you're going to actually pair up with until it just clicks, you know. I like to think about it like we're all puzzle pieces, in the sense that we have individual holes, like you know, like how puzzle pieces have holes like this. I'm trying to connect the pieces, but the rims on the controllers don't want to make that work. But anyways, we each have like individual like little holes that someone else can like kind of like fill up, and then you know we have like a whole, we're all in like a whole puzzle. It's a little difficult to not difficult to explain my analogy, but if you get it, you get it. If you don't, just go buy puzzle pieces, and you see like the little like not holes, but like little indents where you can just kind of merge the two shapes together, and then you know it completes a puzzle. And you know who else uses puzzles? Isagi Yoichi, the goat of Blue Lock. Although, bro, have y'all seen the the new manga chapters? Bro, Isagi is put in his place, bro. He can't do anything anymore. Because Hugo just like, was like, no, you can be second best. It doesn't matter. As long as you win, you win. And Isagi's like, no, screw you. But then gets scored on, and then Karasu kind of abandons the whole Blue Lock facility of it's all about you. It's all about me, I mean. So Karasu and Hiyori kind of just score a goal. Ego gets pissed, but still keeps them on the field for some reason. But yeah, that's the one thing I also want to talk about too, is that in order to be with someone, you gotta let go of your pride, which that's something I don't really have. I don't have too high of an ego. I don't have, pride, I guess. Yeah, because here's the thing. It's not about, this life isn't about you, me. It's about helping and sharing the gospel. That's really all it is. And yeah, and then you got a question like, yeah, what if everyone's a Christian? Great. But that's not reality though, since the devil is still here. Kind of. The devil is still within us, but as long as you can share the gospel and your testimony to others, it will find the right people eventually, and it will just make them believe too. Sometimes yes, sometimes no, but the real change comes from the heart, not from the brain. Because if you change from the brain, you're not really gonna change. Like me, for example, I wanna change, but discipline doesn't come from the brain. Because the moment you say, "Oh, I'll do it tomorrow," then you will never do it again. That's just how we work. That's how a lot of us work. And that's the thing with discipline too, is I'm really not that disciplined aside from food. That's the one thing, is that I don't eat breakfast. I eat like probably 1,600 calories a day. If I had to guess, now that's not exactly true, because sometimes, I do have snacks or a slightly bigger lunch or a dessert after dinner. But those are all like variables that yes, we can control, but they're not constant variables. I know that sounds super mathy, but you get the point though. But yeah, back to romance. I know I keep going in separate different directions, but still. Romance is such an interesting thing though. And he goes, do I have it all figured out? No. Because you just gotta know when the right piece fits with you. And it'll be very obvious too. I guess another name they put as is soulmate. It's very obvious if you and another person belong to each other. It is so obvious. And a lot of times it's not obvious as well. Like for me, I have had that one person who I thought was my soulmate, and she really could have been my soulmate. But it wasn't really her issue, it was me. Again, a lot of the times it's a me issue. Not because I am have that much low self-esteem. I'm just saying the truth. It was really all my fault. Because I didn't know how to communicate my feelings as best as I could in 9th grade. Which I know is like 3 years, doesn't sound like a whole lot of years to, mature. But I have learned a lot more about, like romance, maturity, or just general better perspective than I ever could have been if I still would go to public school. And that's the thing though, right? Public school is brainwashing you. public school is like we're taking away your creativity. And I'm a creative person too. That's the thing. Is that if anyone who knows me knows I'm just creative. Whether that be weird food combinations or like my drawings I might share to you, or my little story ideas or something. I'm creative. I just don't know how to put it down, honestly. I always go from idea to idea to idea, and a lot of people suffer the same thing as me, honestly. I'm not good of an artist, honestly. I just like to draw faces or little like items because they're just easier to draw, and not the whole body because I suck at proportions. Trying not to stutter, but yeah. I like burping, by the way. And no, I'm not gonna edit that out. You know why? Because I like burping. But anyways, yeah, romance is a weird thing, honestly. It's whether you fit with someone or you just have to wait a little longer to fit with someone. And there's a whole lot of different philosophies when it comes to romance. But these are the common ones that I agree with. Being yourself. Sticks to what I've been trying to say. Be yourself. And I have a good question for anybody who will want to answer. Do you love someone for who they are? Or do you love someone for who they're going to be? Now that's a great question, because someone can turn out to be, a criminal or whatever bad. And that's the thing. Do you love a criminal? Well, the Bible tells us to love your enemies. But in this messed up world, people would say no. Of course not. Why would I share my bread with a criminal or something? But that's the thing, though. Is that we're all humans. We're all just effectively puzzle pieces waiting to connect with others. So, yeah, it's still the hardest thing, is to love your enemy. And they don't have to be your enemies either, actual enemies. They could just be like someone that you're pissed at for a day. Where it's just like, I don't like you or something. That's the hardest thing. But you know what I always like to think about? I don't know if I actually came up with this, but it's a great quote that I thought of. Is, if laughter is the greatest medicine, then hatred is the deadliest poison. Now I say poison instead of disease, because disease is, on the outside. It's obvious. I know anger is too, but anger and hatred, it feels good to get that out of your system, but it's a bad thing to get out. You understand what I mean? And it's the same with poison too, is that not all poisons are gonna be identical as well. They're not all gonna be immediately out. They're not gonna be noticeable, because anything's a poison if you have too much of it. But what I'm trying to say is that poison generally tastes good, I guess. I haven't actually tried poison. I just know that, for example, in America, right, we have a lot of food and a lot of desserts and a lot of fat people. No disrespect to my chubby brethren and sisters, but we have so much food that it's kind of poisoning everybody. And what I'm trying to get at is that hatred, any form of hatred, is a poison. Because no matter how you go about it, it's just a cycle. No matter what. So that's why I keep reminding myself that if laughter is the greatest medicine, then hatred is the deadliest poison. Because poison can both taste good, but also taste bad. And people feel good hating on others. People feel good about doing the wrong things. And that's not what we're called to do. But good or bad, we're just humans. And listen, I try to be selfless, but the reason why why I want certain things, it's not because of like ego or like domination or whatever. It's out of curiosity. I'm a curious little guy. I'm not actually little, but in here, a lot of the times I act like, I don't know, 5-year-old, 6 or 7-year-old. Please kill me. Not actually kill me, but like, pretend to like punch me or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's just this world is weird. Honestly, a lot of this world is weird. Because how are we as society okay with people doing bad things? And I'm not talking about like illegal stuff. I'm talking about like addictions. For example, we all have some sort of addiction. That could be a good thing, but I'm talking about the negative connotation of addictions. Like, for example, drinking, or substance abuse / drugs. And I'm only saying this just for kind of educational purposes, but like in the sense that like addiction ruins us all. So I don't understand why as society we allow certain things to be there, even though like we put age restrictions when it should just be banned. Do you know what I mean? Where, like alcohol, for example, it should just be banned. I don't even care if you like alcohol or not. It should just be banned as a whole. Same thing for like, well, drugs is a weird thing. You know why? Because hospitals and dentist people use it for like surgical operations, pretty much. Or say if you have like a broken bone, they're probably gonna like poke you with something. You're gonna need to like not feel, basically to become numb. But that's like the positive aspect of those kind of drugs is, like hospitals and actually trying to get you better so you can live your normal life again. But I'm talking about the negative connotations, or negative connotations of anything, really. I guess that's lust included as well. Lust is never a good thing. No. Lust is never, ever a good thing. Some person in the comments be like, "Oh, that's how we reproduce." Well, obviously, it's how we reproduce. But if you objectify certain physical traits of another human being that you desire, that's not great. It's really not that great, y'all. And a lot of us struggle with it too, and it's not gonna end. You know why? Because no one is putting their foot down. Where we consume media, and I'm a victim of this too. Everybody in the modern age is a consumer of something, and we're distracted on our phones, on whatever. And I'm probably being a hypocrite for saying this. Bear with me here. I know I hate hypocrites, but listen to what I have to say for a second. We all need a reality check, right? Since AI has gotten out of hand, well, I guess kind of out of hand, but also the fact that the media has kind of made us dumber, but also not really that social anymore. Because am I social being? Kind of. I love being social, but if I have to meet someone new, I'm not going to immediately approach them and be like, "Yo, what's up?" It's going to have to take me like maybe 2 or 3 times seeing a person, and then I slowly wave at them, but then I kind of just walk away. I don't know. I'm social, but also not social. Again, I think it really is because the internet, we can talk to people, on VR, on their phone, on their computer, whatever. But that's the hardest thing about nowadays, is that we just don't live anymore. Not that we're all dead, but we just don't live anymore. Also, what did I just hear? I can't actually see what was up there, but it's probably nothing. But anyways, of course we're all not dead, but we're all not living either. And I'm a victim of this too, honestly. Like, I play games, I do whatever for so long during the day. And that's another thing I need to change too. Change isn't, overnight, and it's not like just one great idea. It's tiny little steps. As long as it's progression, the step size, it doesn't matter. You just need to be on the right track. It's hard for me to fully do what I say sometimes as well, because we're zombies, effectively. We're zombies for the media. We want to know what cool things are happening. Also, hold on here. There. I'd adjust my camera a little bit, but what I mean is that we're just drones. We're just we have no brain. We can't think effectively. We can't actually think. And that's the weird portion about media, is that we're not we're turning into antisocial zombies who is stuck to something that doesn't care about you. Yeah, of course, an inanimate object can't care for us, But I know there could be certain circumstances, like a wheelchair or a certain kind of bed or whatever. But you get my point. Inanimate objects don't care about you. So why are you filling your time with things that don't care about you? Like you would say for people as well. Or if people just genuinely don't give a shit about you, then just don't. Then leave them. Literally leave them. But I guess I'm really talking about more like the media standpoint, where internet doesn't care about you. Yeah, sure, you can trend, but eventually no one cares. I bet you in 10 years, no one is gonna be no one's gonna remember what Grumpy Cat even is. Or, I guess Doge is a lot more iconic, but yeah, Grumpy Cat. Or it was just the meme template for a decade ago. Which is, I know I call my parents old, but in reality, no one is really old. If you get what I mean is, the people that we know, the people that still are alive, they're not old. You know why? Because we all live in this, I don't know how to say it. We will have a certain, date. We'll die out eventually. But the thing is that, say 500 years ago was a long time ago. 1,000 years ago was a long time ago, but 100, no. In just history in general, it's really not that much. But I don't know why I'm talking about this. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I guess just to wrap this up, yeah. I guess my 3 points is that do not rush romance. Be off the technology more, and most importantly, if laughter is the greatest medicine, then hatred is the deadliest poison.